Hey guys, Shadowbreaker 9001 here, and I'm going to talk to you about some tech monsters that you might want to consider running in gadgets. I've just been testing gadgets recently over YVD, and I'm starting to get back into them again. They've always been pretty cool as an anti-meta deck. I mean, they're not too difficult to play either. So yeah, we got firstly Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. Has always been a favourite of mine in gadgets, because just like gadgets used to run Shrink, it's got the built-in halved monster ability, which is really useful. And more often than not, you can actually find yourself syncing up with a gadget as well, and going into an Armor Master or something, which, if you protect with a heavy back row, can actually serve as a real nice beat stick in the late game. So there's that. Thunder King Ryo, again, people have been using this in gadgets for a long time. It's always been cool because against Blackwings it can lock down Black Whirlwind, stop all search cards for that matter, and also its effect of being able to tribute it off to negate a special summon. Of course, you've got to be careful when playing this because it can lock down your own gadgets, but you just play it around that. It's not too difficult really. And then Doom Caliber Knight as well. In a similar vein to Thunder King Ryo, it's a nice beat stick that you can control the field with and put some pressure on your opponent as well. Again, with Super Nibble Mega Hamster seeing a lot of play along with Raikou, you can make some nice moves with this, attacking into it, stopping them from getting their effects. Especially, again, protecting it with a back row as well. You can do quite a bit of damage with it. Breaker, again, serves as a beat stick. You might consider siding this and maybe not maining it, but I did actually main this in gadgets before, and it worked quite well, because if you open Breaker, it puts pressure on your opponent not to set back rows, or if they do, they might overextend and then you can hit them with Heavy Storm. It makes a lot of nice openings like that, so I've always thought Breaker was quite cool in gadgets. Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master, again, you might side it, but it's not actually a bad choice in the main at the minute, because it's really good against Blackwings. Their opening play is Shura, and they hit this, and against any Flamvell kind of deck. If Fire Dog hits this, it'll run it over, but you'll stop it from using its effect and spin it to the top of their deck. And it's good against GBs as well. Overall, I've always thought it's a really solid card. Neospatian Grand Mole. This doesn't see quite a lot of play as it used to, but it is still a decent card for taking out synchros, ram it into Stardust or whatever. Or you can just summon it and then end your turn, use it as defense like that. So, again, not many people use it, but sometimes I put it in the side when I'm playing gadgets. It's just one to consider. Just kidding. Cyber Dragon. Although you run oppression in gadgets, this is really the only special summoning you use. It's a really good card. It baits out Bottomless, gives your deck a bit of aggression. Overall, just a brilliant card in gadgets. I've always run it. Great that we can play 2 copies of it now. DD Warrior Lady, really cool because it's aggressive and defensive at the same time. Similarly to Jiu-Jitsu Master, makes a nice first turn set against Blackwings and Flamvells, because they run into that, especially if their Fire Dog hits it. It's like getting Bottomless, it'll go out of play, so that's really bad for them. And you can just do some nice aggressive pushes with it. 1500 is not too bad. It can get Bottomless, but then again, if they go Bottomless, you can Book of Moon this, and then you've got it set for them. Well, they won't want to attack it after that. It's pretty good. DD Assailant, similarly to DD Warrior Lady, if you just feel that DD Warrior Lady on its own isn't enough, you might want to consider playing that in your gadgets as well, just for the removal effect. More attack. Not as versatile as DD Warrior Lady because it has to be destroyed by battle, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. You might side deck this. Kwakimiri Guardian, I've seen some gadget decks that they'll run like several Jiu-Jitsu Masters, Morphing Jar and Grand Mole, and then take this in as well. Maybe going down the Rock Stun route there, but it's just a thought. And then finally Tragodia. Well, seeing as gadgets maintain a lot of hand advantage, Tragodia is always cool in gadgets. You're going to frequently have it on 3000 plus attack. It gets around oppression as well because you drop it in the damage step, which is an added bonus. And because you're going to have the constant flow of level 4 gadgets to hand, you can also make good use of its stealing monsters effect. So yeah, hope you found that video fairly useful, and cheers for watching.